So here it is. We got it unloaded here. This is a 1953 Chevy 4100. So it's the bigger truck. The cabs are all the same. The fenders have a bigger wheel opening, and of course the frame is beefier. If I had to guess, it's probably either the points or condenser. Like I said, they did put a new coil on it, but it's still not sparking according to the guy we just bought it off of. So let me dive into this and I'll show you what I find out. Again, these things are really simple to work on. There's not a whole lot of moving parts. Here's the distributor cap. They have these little metal tabs. We'll pull these off. There's one on either side, and we can wiggle the distributor cap, take it off. We look inside. It actually looks fairly fresh. Not brand new on the outside, but the inside looks really good. We'll set that to the side. From this angle, the points look a little rough. The condenser's not blown out, but it could still be bad. Let's go ahead and turn the key on. We can move this rotor, and that makes the points open and shut. There's enough play here at this rotation, and we'll see if we have any spark right there at the points before we even go any further. With the key on, we're going to try not to get shocked here. The coil wire's over there, so we should be fine. I don't know if you guys can see that. There is spark at the point, so if I had to guess, if we take and address those points a little bit, maybe clean them up a tiny bit, we should get some spark. Let me go ahead and do that. We'll put the cap back on. I'll pull one of these spark plugs out, and we'll see if we have any fire there. So I cleaned the points, and you should be able, you can see nice spark there now. So I think they were just a little bit crapped up. Probably, like I said, should put a new set in there. Probably gonna make this thing run a lot better. Let's throw the cap back on. We'll pull that #1 spark plug out. Then we can actually see what kind of condition the spark plugs are in. And we'll check and see if we have spark at the spark plug now. I'm going to set you up there because I can't turn it over and look at the same time, so you'll see it before I do if it's sparking. Right there is where we're looking. That's where the spark plug is. Let's give it a shot. All right, so that actually worked. Obviously, we're getting spark because it actually fired even with that spark plug out. So let's throw this plug back in. We'll fire this thing up. While I'm right here, I'm going to check the oil, make sure all that looks good. But it runs. I heard it run. You heard it run, even though the camera fell. Let's I can't wait. And we definitely have oil in it. It's very black, but I guess to be expected. Let's hear this thing run. Back inside, make sure the key's on. Definitely out of gear. I'll give it a couple pumps of the gas. She's alive. I guess we should probably choke it. Oh, it did. There it goes. I'll give it a little more choke here. Couple more pumps. Pressure. I didn't look at that gauge before to see if it's actually working, but it's off 0, so I'm good with that. It's idling on its own. Let's jump out and hear this thing. It does have a pretty sizable exhaust leak up there. Actually sounds good. That's pretty cool there. No smoke. That's the way these things sound. I know it probably sounds noisy to you, but that's the way they are. That's awesome. Back inside here, it actually sounds really, really good. Yeah, extremely impressed at that. Don't know if it's charging or not. I'm not sure all these gauges are working or not. Let's see our fan, we gotta see it working. Let's see how easy it starts back up. Right back up, that's awesome. Didn't even touch the gas, it's idling. Yeah, that's pretty amazing for a 1953 Chevy. So let's do a couple quick systems checks here. This is vacuum wipers. Right here's the vacuum switch. They do move a little bit. Everything's still frozen, but you can hear that. They're trying to work. It's got vacuum, so that's cool. The choke does work. You pull it out, you can hear it change. Switch doesn't seem, or the turn signals don't seem to work, but that's, you know, that's the least of our worries right now. Let's go ahead and drop it in gear, see what happens. That should be reverse. Yep, it tries to move. I don't think that wheel is broke loose yet, but it does try to move. Alright, I don't want to let it run too long because we don't know how the cooling system and stuff is, so we'll go ahead and shut it off. But yeah, that's cool. We'll put it in gear just for safety. It's been running for a few minutes here now. Everything's nice and cool, so I don't think we got any issues. I don't see any leaks. If we look underneath even, there's no oil leaking, which is really, really surprising, but really, really awesome also. I gotta try this too. Oh, look at that. The original horn still works with the horn button too. That's it's the little things in life. So we did play around with it a little bit while it was running, and I was putting it in and out of gear. That wheel's actually not completely froze. If it was, I can see it was sliding. If it was froze, it's freed up some now. But it's not completely free, so it is sticky. It doesn't want to move too. As soon as you let off the gas or pushing the clutch, it dead stops. So there's something going on in that wheel, which of course we need to address. But I'm gonna set you up here and we can see if we can get just some footage of this thing rolling under its own power. Alright guys, that is absolutely awesome. I love getting these old things, getting them running and just tinkering around with them. This is going to be, it is a really cool truck. It's going to be a really cool truck. We have some plans for this and they don't involve completely restoring it at all. So we'll let you know what they are soon. but it's probably gonna hang around for quite a bit because I love it. And the motor sounds killer. This is a road draft, and a lot of times when these engines are wore out, it'll just huff blow by out of that tube, oil vapors, and this thing has like 0, so it sounds really good. And we have a delivery coming here. So we'll save some of those details to later, as far as what we're going to do with this truck, but that's amazing to me. This thing sounds that good. It must have been freshened up at one point, because I've never seen anything this old run that good right off. So that's awesome. How cool would it be to just putt around in this thing? That's going to be a goal for this thing real soon, is to putt around in it. And I know Scout would absolutely love riding in this thing. He likes riding in anything, but he'd be right at home in this thing.